To the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. And we're talking about Bill Cowher right now. He gets into the Hall of Fame. He'll be enshrined August 8th, I think. That is a Saturday. The whole enshrinement weekend is August 6th or the 8th. The Steelers potentially could play, maybe it's the 9th, whatever that Saturday is. And the Steelers potentially could play in that Hall of Fame game. And I think they would be a big attraction.
Oh, sorry about that. There's like dust today. I mean, I've been like wanting to sneeze the whole time, but go ahead.
That'd be a big attraction, I would think, because you got Bill Cowher, we know is definitely getting in. We might find out if Donnie Shell gets in on Wednesday. And then I think Troy Polamalu is an absolute lock to get in. Faneca, maybe a 50-50 shot at getting in. So, I mean, you would think with four guys potentially getting in that maybe the Hall of Fame game might be there too. So it'll be a big weekend for Pittsburgh. It would be the 8th. The enshrinement's the 8th. The game is the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that Troy Polamalu obviously is going to get in. I think Donnie Shell has a chance. And
I think so.
I think Faneca is going to get in. So I think there's going to be at least 3.
Yeah, I remember talking to Ed Bouchette, our Steelers insider, a few times this year, and he thought that Faneca would get in this year. All right, let's go out to Tim in Pittsburgh. What's up, Tim?
Hey, guys. First off, congratulations to Coach Cowher. But how mad do you think all of the redneck yinzers out there will be, the ones that are still mad that Mike Tomlin is the head coach when Mike Tomlin makes the Hall of Fame?
I don't think anyone would be. I think anytime a player or coach from an organization gets into the Hall of Fame, I think Steelers fans should be pretty excited about that, Paul.
I think we spend way too much time talking about the 5 or 8% or 7 or 5 or whatever small percent of a minority who are allowed that complain. We do. We spend way too much time talking about it, whatever it is. Most people like Mike Tomlin and think he's a really good football coach.
He is. I mean,
there are knuckleheads out there who don't, and there are some people who have legitimate reasons that they think he's not. If you look at every metric that you can come up with for a coach, he's a good coach. So this whole thing about, oh, well, he's going to prove everyone wrong. No, he's not, because the overwhelming majority of people like him as the coach and think he's a good coach and enjoy the success that he's had.
I mean, he did an incredible job of coaching this year without Ben Roth. Was basically down to a guy that they picked up off the street to play quarterback who was good there for a couple games. So I think that, you got to commend what he did and the job he did this year just to get this team with a winning record. Now, I wouldn't give him Coach of the Year just because he didn't make the playoffs. I mean, I think in order to be up for an award like that, I think you need to make the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's go out to Patrick. What's up, Patrick? Patrick, you there?
Yep.
What's up?
So I just wanted to bring up the fact that he brought up Mark Levy with the fact that. Hello?
Yeah, don't listen to your TV. There's a delay. Patrick, you there? All right, let's go to someone else. Will in McKees Rocks. What's up, Will? Oh, we lost Will. Who else do we have? Pete in Squirrel Hill. What's up, Pete? Thanks for calling.
Hey, boys, how are you tonight?
Good. Tell me why you don't think Cowher should get in, because I know what this phone call is about.
I still don't know why these 4 professional sports leagues in our country feel there's a need every year to have a Hall of Fame class. Okay, that's kind of stupid, I think. But anyway, every single year, Rich, in the 4 professional sports, somebody wins a championship, okay?
Yeah.
That means a coach, okay, wins a title. Sometimes that doesn't mean it's a great achievement. It's just like a war of attrition. Somebody has to win the title. There's no way that Cowher should be in the Hall of Fame, Rich. I'm sorry.
I knew that was coming from Pete. I knew that was coming. I mean, you kind of agree with him. This is a first for this show. This is the first time I think you agreed with Pete from Squirrel Hill.
I don't know that I agree with. He's saying there's no way. I mean, obviously Bill Cowher's got a really good resume, and him being in the Hall of Fame isn't totally ludicrous. You know what I mean? It's not completely out of, but I just think he's a little bit, right below it. I just think he's.
Well, here, I want to read off the Don Coryell, Bill Cowher, Tom Flores, Mike Holmgren, Jimmy Johnson, Buddy Parker, Dan Reeves, Dick Vermeil. You know, there's some Super Bowl coaches on there, but I mean, why would you say that there's?
I would say Jimmy Johnson, and even though he did not win a Super Bowl, Marv Levy. He won 4 straight AFC title games.
Well, Marv, I think I was wrong here with the Marv Levy thing. I don't think he's on here. Did I say Marv Levy? All right, let's go. Here, I thought Marv Levy was a finalist.
No, Tom. I would go with the Tom.
Dick Vermeil is what I think I was thinking about.
Didn't Tom Flores win 2 Super Bowls?
Let's go out to, who are we going out to right now? Mike on the south side. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Colin Dunlap sucks.
Let's go. We got anyone else? Anthony in Squirrel Hill. What's up, Anthony?
You know, Tom Flores should have made the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's the first Hispanic coach to win 2 Super Bowls. And if you got Tony Dungy in there, then, you know, the criteria has been lessened. So, yeah, Cowher deserves it if Dungy's there. Dungy, I mean, he won 1 and he did good in Tampa, but, you know, if that's – and Marv Levy is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was in 2001. I got it confused. I was thinking of Dick Vermeil. I don't know why. But, yeah, Marv Levy got in 2001, so I was wrong with that.
But fellas, if you see what Tennessee's doing with a running game, hey, Pittsburgh, go get Kareem Hunt.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I was actually looking at some of the free agent running backs that are available out there.
Well, I think to his point that Kareem Hunt is a legitimate difference maker type running back.
Oh, there's no question.
You know
and he's a free agent, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some – you need a running back. I mean, I think you can go into the season with the running back group that you have right now, but I don't think you should give the starting job to James Conner this year.
Well, I mean, he's got to earn it.
Yeah, but he earned it, I guess, the last couple years.
My point is, we've got to see what the roster looks like. He's still the best running back on the roster. Whether you agree with, if he gets injured a lot, I get it, but he's still the best running back they have. Now, they bring someone else in, it's different.
All right, we're going to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls, maybe some of your tweets. 412-575-2600 is number. Back in 2 minutes.